Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. We're back in Utopia today and we are going to be continuing with our Jaguar habitat, which is turning out really nice actually. I'm very happy with how this is going. As I record this, only the very first episode of this habitat has gone out, so I don't know what you guys are thinking of it so far, but you certainly enjoyed my last episode, this reptile one over here, so that's all good. Last episode I should say, sorry, not last episode. Right, so where do we want to go today? Last time I think I was doing all this water work. It's been a little while since I actually recorded the last episode. Nearly a week in fact. It's been a bit of a hectic week at home here, so I've not had a lot of time this week. But yeah, all the water is now looking really good. So I just want to come up onto the land and do something similar really. So let's crack on with that. Let's find, I believe it's elephant grass. No, it's not elephant grass. What is it? It's an underwater one. Eel grass, that's the one. I think this is going to look nice if I can get it right. What's this one? Actually, that looks pretty cool as well, doesn't it? Looks quite swampy, but I do like that one. Let's just see if I get a line to surface, and I'm just going to start spreading it around. In fact, what I'm going to do, just in case I change my mind, is I'm just gonna group those together, make sure that I can delete them if I change my mind and decide that I want something different. But the whole point here is that I want to make it jungly, really jungly. Bits like that I'll fill in with ferns. And it's another one of those cases where it's individually these things won't look brilliant, but once you get that tapestry of different colours and shapes all together. In fact, I think the animals can walk through there, so I don't want to cover that bit too much. Yeah, once you get that tapestry of different textures and leaf and you know, the ferns and the palms, all that sort of stuff, once you get it all together, it ends up looking really nice. So this stuff I'm really just gonna load it up, particularly around the edges. I think this stuff looks good in sort of clumps like this. So I'll just yeah, I'll get it into the water a little bit here as well. I think it looks good as little clumps. I mean, it is an underwater grass, this one, so obviously it is meant to look good underwater. Now I've had some people compliment me on finding my videos relaxing, which is great. This is why I play this game, because I find it very relaxing, and it's really nice to hear that people find it relaxing listening to my videos, whether that's my voice or just my play style. I don't know, and I don't really mind, to be honest. Whatever you find relaxing, that's all good. I think most YouTubers who play Planet Zoo do speed builds, and it's just not me. It's too much going on. You can't really chill out and relax and enjoy watching the process of building, which is why I do my videos like this in real time, which I know isn't going to be for everyone, but it's for me, and you know, that's my style, and that is how it's going to stay, I'm afraid. Excellent, that looks good. Right, so I don't want to go too over the top with that. I do like this one. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's quite dense, so what I might do is kind of lower it and do a little bit of floor coverage. Again, just bits and pieces here and there, you know. I don't want all the mud just to completely disappear, but I do like I do want it to look really nice and swampy and, or jungly, I guess, not swampy but jungly. I think that's going to work. I do love using the textures of these different plants in ways that they're not intended. I find that one of the most fun things in the game actually is just finding things that you can use for different purposes. So what sort of palms do I want? I love these. What were these ones? They're ferns, not palms. Okay, let's edit this group again. See, these are fantastic. Let's get rid of a line to surface. I think these things just look great. So I definitely want to get some of these in. I like these because you can really sink them in as well, and they just look like completely different plants. So what I like to do actually is use them kind of up on the rocks like this, and have them kind of sunk down. It just makes them look like they're growing right out of the rocks or whatever else, wherever you put them. Basically, they look good. Again, I'm just trying to create a tapestry. Let's come on here. Actually, I kind of missed this area, but I want to be careful here because I don't want to block the view of this bit. See, they look great when you just plonk them on the rocks like that. I don't think any of this stuff blocks the traversable area, but I will have to be careful of that, just in case. Not a lot of room in this little crevice here, but that's fine. Okay, how are we looking? Looking good. Let's get back to the ferns, because there's definitely some of these that I want to put in. I want to put these big bird nest ferns everywhere because these things just look great. Again, not too over the top. You know, I say everywhere. I don't want them absolutely covering the place, but yeah, I do like them. I think that one is floating. Do you know what? I'm just going to sort of hide it like that. Oh no, they're all floating. Hang on. Let's try this again. Okay, let's do it like that. It's very easy to do when you've got all these different layers of planting going on. It's very easy to accidentally put things floating in the air, which is not good, especially when you start lifting them up to put them on rocks. Okay, that's good. Let's come around here because they're going to look really nice up on these rocks like this. I think sometimes you do need to do a bit of tilting. So I don't want to hide the rocks completely because the rocks themselves look really good. So you don't want to hide them. Okay, we're looking good. Right, now this is the big daddy, isn't it? Yeah. So I do want some of these, but again, I've got to be careful because I don't want them. I don't want them blocking anything. I'm just going to check traversable area here. Hang on, let's come out of there. Yeah, it looks like these new ferns are good. They don't block the traversable area, although those other ones do by the looks of it. So that's not so good. Let's just make sure they can still get everywhere, can't they? They can. Excellent. Right, let's come back into here then. And let's get some more of these down. So I'll get something down under these steps here to kind of disguise the edge of the steps. Not going to be a lot of room down here, although I kind of like the idea of them being up on these rocks. Yeah, so we'll definitely do a bit more, yeah, like that. I'll do some more up here when I get to that stage. I'm just focusing on this ground area first. Do you know, I might mix it up, get some of the smaller bits in as well. I mean, we're getting to the stage now where I feel like it's probably enough. It's very easy to go over the top when you're doing foliage. So you want it to look jungly, but you don't want to hide the view of the animals, do you? I feel like they can still be seen all through here. I'm going to keep this sort of as it is. I don't really want to block anything in there, or the view of the people up here. You know, if you were sitting up here, you'd want to look down over there and see stuff. I don't like this bit here, actually. Do you know what? I might just try and sink a couple of rocks in here. Just not quite looking how I would want it to look in here yet. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Might just get one more down here. Two more. There we go. Yeah, that was just looking a little bare through there. I'll just check that those ones that I just put in didn't ruin anything. Yes, they did. Typical. Right, let's just see if I can keep that. There we go. Lovely. Right, let's come down to their level and just have a little walk around. See what it looks like. Not sure what I'm doing with the caves yet. Probably not a lot. I don't feel like you really need a lot in here. I might put a couple of these little ferns in. Let's just come through here. Yeah, I think this is good now. It's a good level of foliage, but also it's open enough that the animals can get around. So yeah, I might be putting a couple of bigger trees in as well. But I'm going to do the foliage on the other layer first. Actually, I'll tell you what I am going to do though, is I am going to come into here. And I think I will just put a few of these in here. Just, whoops. Yeah, just so there's a little bit of foliage inside there. And you know, I might even just get a little bit of this at the back here. Just think that looks nice. I'll tell you what, we have got some pretty cool vines in the game. I kind of like the idea of just having a few of these just hanging around at the front here. Again, it doesn't need a lot. Oh, can't quite see where. Hang on, this is. Where is this one anchored? Okay, this is. Whoops. Not like that. Hang on. Let me get that right. Let's bring that down and let's swing it round. There we go. Have I got that right? Yes, there we go. There, that's better. That cave entrance looks a bit more cavey now, doesn't it? Excellent. Like that. Like that a lot. Cool. So that's the ground layer done. Very happy with that. The water's done. The ground layer's done. I feel like I need some more around the rocks, but let's come up and do this layer up here first. So up here, I'm going to start off with some of this. Actually, no. Should I start with the with some of this one? Again, just not too much, just along the rock edge here, I think, some of this. Because there's not huge amounts of space up on this rock edge here, but it does look nice having this just sort of creeping around the edge. And maybe just coming out a little bit in places. Hang on, I don't think that one's quite right. I'll probably come along and just get rid of the long grass on here. Actually, I think it's not quite right for this area. So I think this stuff is okay to use like this. I don't think it's going to block any traversable areas, but I will have to double check that. The last thing I want is to mess up where they can go. Let's just quickly paint some short grass up here. I don't want my my foliage to just disappear in amongst all this long grass. There we go, that looks nicer. Right, let's come back to here. We got this stuff. Do you know what? No, because this is a bit different. This is excuse me. This is growing up on a sort of a mountain side, so I feel like there would be some different stuff up here. And again, I don't want to do too much up here. I don't want it looking crowded, but I do like these things in particular. I think they look great, and then I'll try and squeeze in one or two of the bigger like the big ferns as well. And again, just try and decorate the back of the thingy there. Right, and then yeah, we got these beautiful things. I reckon I can squeeze a couple up here, especially if I stick to these smaller ones. Actually, it'd be nice to get a couple around the waterfall. How does that look? Is that floating? I think I've made that float, haven't I? I have. Let's push that back and down. There we go, that's better. I'll decorate the waterfall properly in a minute. I just wanted to try that out. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I just want something else along here. Let's go palm. Let's come back to these. Just wondering if I can maybe just get a little bit of this towards the back. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit nicer. Actually, a little bit more. Yeah, I like these smaller ones actually. They do look really nice. Okay, good. Let's just keep that going a little bit more over here. Excellent. Okay. Starting to look decent, I think. I'll tell you what I might do actually. Let's just quickly come back to our painting. I don't think the grass along here looks right, so I might actually just soil this lot. I think that's going to look much better. Because it's a thin track, it's going to get well worn out. Here we go, let's have a little wander along there. Let's just check here. So this plant here is just a little bit floaty. So I'll just bring that down and back. Yeah, I think that looks really nice. Let's just check that I haven't messed anything up. Excellent. No, they can still go everywhere. Cool. Okay, so what do we got left? So we've got a bit of rocks around here. I'm just gonna, what am I gonna put on here? Let's go back to ferns. Let's get some of these on, if I can align these, because then they do look good when they're on slight angles. I'll mostly keep these ones to the front because I'm going to try and put a whole load of the bigger ferns towards the back, like these. Again, you don't need too much of this stuff. You don't want it to look too over the top, but I think that looks good. Still haven't quite worked out what I'm doing with this very top layer yet, but that's fine, we'll get to that. And I haven't decided what I'm doing inside here yet either. I'll probably do a bit of foliage around the back of the pathway. But we've got all of this rock work up here. So I might just sort of slope it off and put foliage on. But I might do that in the next episode. I'm not quite sure I've got time in this one. But let me just do a bit more work. I'll leave the waterfall for a second. Let's just get some of these in around here. Oh, okay. Added it to a group, but I don't mind that. That's fine. I can work around that. I've put a lot of groups in here, lots of different rocks, all in their own little groups. So it's all good. All blends together in the end. So again, I'm going with the basics here, just ferns and palms basically. I.e. these ones. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get rid of the align to surface I think for a minute on these. I'm just going to sink these down, have them growing relatively upright I think. Actually down here I think, ooh, what's going on here? I think these ones are going to have to just lean out like that down here, otherwise they're not quite going to look like they're growing out of the rocks. I don't want them floating. Lovely. Let's get a little one in there. Excellent. Okay, maybe just one or two over here actually, like that. And can I squeeze one in here somewhere? Of course I can. There we go. I think that's, no, that's just floating a little bit. Let's just sink that one in. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, so the edge is tricky. I'm not sure about that yet. Let's look at the waterfall, shall we? Now, what is the waterfall? I wonder if I want to put some different things up here on the waterfall. I'm just going to test the arrowwood stuff and see what that looks like, because I kind of think you might end up with some different stuff growing around a waterfall, and this stuff kind of lends itself particularly to the top here to disguise a bit of the rocks. And then it becomes jungly further down. I think that works. I definitely think these things are going to look good on here. Yeah, look at that. Kind of lost in the water. Oh, no, I can't quite do... Oh, yeah, there we go. That one works, I think. Or is that floating? No, I think that one's okay. They look really nice, actually, having the water kind of cascading through them. Yeah, the align to surface doesn't quite work because it's trying to attach it to bits of the waterfall itself. So I just have to just get in there and put them in manually. That's cool. It doesn't need too much, I don't think, this waterfall. I don't want it looking... because it is meant to just be falling down the rock face, really. So that I don't think you would have too much really growing in there. However, the one thing I haven't done yet is trees. And I do want some trees in this habitat. Now, there is a really nice tree, and I've used it before. I've seen other people use it in this sort of habitat. I just don't know what it's called. So I'm just going to have to scan through until I see it. It's one that leans out at an angle. It sort of lends itself to coming out of a cliff face. I know it when I see it. Ah, here we go. Is this it? Yeah, this one. Look at this. That's it. Fig tree. What is it? Strangler fig tree. Look at that. It's a lovely looking thing. You've also got normal versions. It's the stems that look so good with all these roots coming up. I think that they look fantastic. But this one in particular, because of what it does. See, so my image here was to have it kind of coming out in front of the waterfall like that. Yeah, that looks nice. Because again, I want to use these carefully because I don't want it looking. I don't want to block the view basically of anything from anywhere. But I just think these things they just look great. So again, you could sink this one kind of right in here, and then just angle it out like that. And these will lend themselves really nice to some good lighting as well, because I'm going to have some nice sort of dangling lights or something like I did similar to with these trees here. I might do something similar on here, or might do some up lighting possibly. Do you know what? I'll even get one I think coming out of here and just leaning out a bit like that. Now, is there anywhere else do we think? Yeah, there's got to be something on here, hasn't there? Really. Actually, that one looks good just as it is. I don't think I need to lean that one. I might do another one here though and lean it. Let's have a look. What do we think? Yep. I'm happy with that. That looks good. I love this one with the waterfall. I think that looks really nice. I don't know about any more though. I don't know if I want any more right down in the bottom here. Let's just plonk a couple in and see what we think. Actually, I think that one works. And I feel like maybe something in the water actually here might look quite nice. Maybe just slightly leaning away from that glass. I don't think I need more than that. Right, let's just again just double check. I don't think these mess up traversable areas. They have a very small bit around their base, so I don't think that will have affected anything. They can still get everywhere. Excellent. Right, so what do we think? Are we happy with our foliage now? I think I am, you know. And that's basically the habitat itself finished, apart from lighting, I think. I've got a bit of detailing to do on the pathway out here and around the cliff top. And obviously I've got all this top area that I want to look at. There may well be another habitat here potentially, so I don't really want to, I don't know if I want to do too much here just yet, because I might actually this pathway I might branch it off and actually have a path coming over the top here as well, like over the top of the waterfall there, and that would be another nice way of viewing down into this habitat, and that will then branch off and potentially look at something else in here as well. I have decided my next few habitats that I want to do in here aren't going to be quite as big and spectacular as the last couple that I've done. Not every habitat can be this big, otherwise the zoo will just it will get unplayable very quickly. So I want to do some smaller, more detailed sort of habitats as well, and I want to get some more buildings done. I want to be creative and try and come up with some good ideas for buildings of some sort, whether that's for the animals or for other things, I don't know yet, like staff buildings or guest buildings or whatever. really haven't decided. There's a lot I haven't decided on, I'll be honest. I sort of make this stuff up as I go along. But yes, I will certainly do a whole load of detailing around the top here in the next episode. Get all of this stuff sort of detailed and hidden, all the, these entrances and that sort of thing. Yeah, but that's going to wait for the next episode. I think for now, I'm really happy with how that is now looking. So let's leave it there, shall we? Thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, you could hit the like button for me. That would be fantastic. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then please do. Just passed 600 subscribers yesterday, actually. So that was really good. Lovely to see everyone joining our little gang here in Planet Zoo. So yeah, very good. And I hope to keep growing as well. That would be fantastic. See how many people we can get on board. But until the next episode, let's leave it there. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.